We gonna start this thing alright. Duval in the motherfucking house. Come on, come on. Do it, baby. Stick it, baby.
What's up, everybody? I'm Sabrae.
I'm Yatta.
I'm Sean.
And this is No Disclaimers Podcast. Okay, you guys. Welcome to episode 3 of No Disclaimers Podcast. We have a special guest today, and her name is Brittany, and she goes by B Jack's Corner on Instagram. Brittany, introduce yourself to, well, first of all, she's not new to the show. So introduce yourself. It's been like a year since
I was about to say, I was on the Sabrae show live, so I am technically new.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
She's not on her. She's not on her job.
I'm not on my shit.
Not on her job.
That's why you gotta have good people around you.
She's so sharp. I love her.
Sharp as fuck. But go ahead. Yeah, so she is new to this show.
What do you want me to say?
I mean,
just
shout out your book. First of all, this is a published author. The fuck?
We be here. I didn't want to do the exact same spiel from the last time, but hi. You do your spiel, I'm
girl.
B Jack. I'm from PG County.
Okay.
So I'm from here. Yeah, I'm a writer. I have a self-published book titled Harmonious Chaos. I talked about it the last time when I was on the other show. And
what show?
The Sabrae Show Live.
Oh, okay.
Don't act like it's irrelevant now. And, it's definitely a legendary show.
Yeah, I'm excited to be here again. It's been too long.
It's dope to have you.
We're very happy to have you.
Thanks, absolutely. Yes. So let's jump right in really quickly to I have a quick PSA. All right. Mm-hmm. Now, this story is very close to home. Okay. It's in my family. My uncle Charlamangne is dealing with some shit right now.
You know what? Cut her mic off.
He did it.
No. So he's okay. So
what's he dealing with?
So let me go. So for the people who don't know, if you know, the story's around now, and my uncle Charla,
is it assault?
Was accused of let me stop. His rape accusation came back up that he was not charged for because he was freed by DNA. DNA, you don't get no more proof than that. This? 17 years ago. Okay. He was 21, 22. I can't remember like the birthday.
He was 23.
No, that's not true. So at the time of the case, it was like around this time, 17 years ago, and he just turned 40, so he could have been 21 when it happened, and 22.
Trials take a while.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So he was 22 at trial or whatever, but the woman accused him of, I guess, rape, or accused somebody of rape that was at the party that he threw. She came to the party. She was 15 years old, and
wow, he done a 15-year-old at his party. Wow.
You know what?
He was 17.
No, he was 20.
No,
he was 21, 22. Yeah, 21, 22.
So he's 40, so he was 23.
No.
Okay.
No.
17 from 40 is 23.
Yes, but
I think the month.
I think it was the month thing. So he might have probably was 22 because the court documents say 22.
It's fucking legal. She's also saying like it was legal. The trial happened a little after the party.
Yes,
I think it was legal. He was of drinking age.
He was of drinking age.
Not even old enough to get a license.
Right. So the thing is, and
so
I want to clear. Yeah, she was 15 years old. He was 22 at the time. But my thing is, okay, so I have family in South Carolina. I spent a lot of summers in South Carolina. It is not unheard of for a 15-year-old to know a 22-year-old. It's not literally the malls have carpet. It's such a small, low-populated area. Mm-hmm. The malls have carpet.
Wait, what kind of party was this? To know a 22-year-old or before he was like in the industry, right?
This was way before that. He was doing radios, his first radio job in South Carolina. Okay. And I'm not giving him the benefit of the doubt because I think he knows.
A house party
because I think it was a house party.
Okay.
So I think that he knows. I personally think that he knows what happened. So he threw a party for his cousin who had a full scholarship at Penn State. Okay. So he was celebrating that scholarship. Mm-hmm. And so when he said he left, it was similar to the Tupac story the way he described it. Mm-hmm. So he left and then came back and they're like, oh, shorty kicking stuff over. She's wild and she talking about she got raped. And he like, who raped her? Nobody said nothing. Mm-hmm. So they said, yeah, they got your cousin down. So he goes down to the precinct or the jail or whatever and says, look, I provided the drinks because he said she was drinking and getting high and stuff like that too. She's like, I provided the drinks. I'll take full responsibility for anything that happened. And so long story short,
he'll take
full responsibility to what happened. But he know he didn't touch her. But he know he didn't touch her. Huh?
Like, who knew her? Who invited her?
Well, from what she said, he invited her.
Okay.
But like I said, a small town, Monk's Corner is probably similar to Sumter. I've been there. I've known that it's very small population. Literally, you go to Walmart. Yeah, what's up, Joe? What's up, Sam? Yeah. What's up, Miss Thomas? What's up? I'm just saying, I know that firsthand. So, long story short, okay, so let me keep going with the story. So then 2 weeks later, they arrest him for everything. The rape, the delinquency of a minor, and all that stuff.
Was she black?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So, basically, he pled guilty, which disproportionately black men do. 90% black men plead guilty, do a plea bargain.
Oh yeah, they get plea deals because they don't be having real attorneys. They
exactly
fucking public defenders.
Exactly. So, but he gave DNA, and she did a rape kit. He did not match the DNA, so he did not rape the girl. No.
You can rape somebody with a condom.
But if they found he was the protected rapist, and the other
he gave hair. He said he gave hair follicles. He gave blood. He gave all that.
But I think the whole point of doing like a DNA swab anywhere, like a rape kit, is like only if you're saying the person didn't use the condom. Do you see what I'm saying too? Yeah. So like if she felt rubber or latex, whatever, she would have probably said, "There's no point in doing this because he wrapped it up."
But I mean, if you're that age, and I'm not saying that Charlamagne did it. So like me and Sabrae joke all the time. That she's obsessed with him.
I'm not obsessed with him.
But I'm not. I'm not going to be in any like bringing down a black man party. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a part of that. So I was just
throwing out that.
Yeah, because like if you're 15 and you're drunk and you're fucked up, you really might not know what happened. To your recollection, you're just like, I think this happened.
But you're not too effed up to say somebody raped you, though. So you weren't, like, incoherent.
Yeah, but why the fuck was she at a party? Because I know plenty of 15-year-olds.
No, that is a valid question as well.
No, but he invited.
But then, too, even at 20... Was it somebody he knew and invited, or somebody who, like, he saw one day and she looked older?
Even when she said that he knew her.
Even if I were to know at 22 or 23 you're old enough, I'm not inviting a minor to a party.
I was hoping maybe he didn't know she was a minor, but that's...
he knew.
Realistically, that's people who have that sort of rationale. But think about it. 17 years ago, you know what I'm saying? 17 years ago, I was what? 13, 14 years old? You know what I'm saying? Relax. No, I'm saying like...
Sabrae was a baby, so...
Chill off my age. Yeah, so like 17 years ago, honestly, when I was 15, 16 years old and I got my first job, it was not uncommon for 20, 21-year-old dudes to pull up on me at the bus stop by Checkers when I was on my way home.
Now.
And I would clearly not even lie. First of all, I was one of those 16-year-olds that looked 16. Like, I looked my age or younger, actually. I had no body, no nothing. These dudes, how you doing? Shit, I'm like, how old is you? 16. Oh, yeah, well, I'm 21. Yeah, you can get the fuck out of here. Like, that's just not my thing.
But you're validating my point. Niggas have been sick. Just like those guys were sick, that's sick inviting a 15-year-old. I don't care how small the city is.
So I don't think it's sick simply because it's not when I was in 9th grade, because that's 15. When I was in 9th grade, I knew other 9th graders who knew 21. Not that that's necessarily that's not considered consent or whatever, but I know of girls that was like, messing with the older dudes.
But it's like, what are they doing messing with these younger girls? That's what makes
I don't agree with them, but it's not unheard of.
It's not unheard of.
But hold on.
It's not unheard of.
It's the same thing with... It's weird. But it's the same thing with the Bill Cosby thing. Like, he's basically saying, shit, everybody was doing it. Just because it's not unheard of or it was the social norm doesn't mean that it's correct.
But at the same time, though, in a small, low-populated city, it's not. He could have grew up knowing her when fucking she was exactly.
Or her family. Yeah, he might have babysat her back in the day or something.
Or like 5. I mean, like 10 and fit when he was 10. I mean, she was 10 and he was 15. Just around the block, like around the corner.
I don't care. So
I'm just saying that there can be nuances to it. I just don't agree with the argument. How is a 22-year-old supposed to know a 15-year-old? I don't think that's valid. I don't think that's
that's
not
that's all no, but to invite, I feel like it's something.
I feel like he was out of pocket, and then to speak, people like I'm so disappointed. People like I'm so disappointed that he would. First of all, that was 17 years ago. You don't think the man evolved?
Brothers and sons are doing the same thing, so it's just.
Look. I barely wanted y'all to come to my pool party. And y'all fucking grown women.
Well, we know why you don't want us to come, because we be looking bomb as shit.
Yeah,
so that's why.
And I agree, and I know how niggas are. So like when my little cousins say, "Oh, can I come to your party?" These are women that I've known. Fuck no.
Yeah.
And y'all blood. I'm not.
Speaking of pool party though, can I see the videos? Can I see the video?
Next topic, Sabrae.
I wouldn't see him do that.
He gonna tell me, I was watching a video from the pool party. You got so many fucking scenes, y'all.
Yeah, like he was like the fucking main like character. Like it was like lit. Scarface, and you was like Al Pacino. Get your Tony Montana looking ass out the pool.
Disrespecting me.
But I hope. But to your, I hope Charlamagne didn't do it. I don't think he did it. I just like fucking with you.
Yeah. I personally don't think he did it. I personally think that he might know who did. And like he went up there to protect his cousin. There were a couple inconsistencies because there was people brought up that.
All right, well, if he did it, then
inconsistencies in his conversation, but DNA is not going to lie. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So there was inconsistencies when he was on the. He did an interview with DJ Academics 4 years ago, and then there was a Brilliant Idiots podcast where he was talking about an episode of their podcast where he was talking about, an incident where he gave a girl Spanish fly. So
what the fuck is that?
It's like the same thing that Bill Cosby was using.
Oh shit! Okay. He's just as old as Bill Cosby, so
you
actually no.
I wouldn't say that. See, that's my thing is I've never heard any of this narrative, but I'm not even gonna hold you. I didn't delve too deep into it. Yeah. I saw somebody retweet some court documents. I saw it. I'm just like, well, whatever happens. That's on you. It's none of my business. But I didn't hear like the full background of it. So I'm just like,
if he knows, if you think he knows who he did it, then that's crazy as well.
Well, yeah, but
because if one of my boys raped somebody, that's not something like if they steal from 7-Eleven, I ain't snitching.
Would you really tell?
Fuck yes.
No.
But you also have to understand that
that's honorable because I feel like if you were to anonymously poll a lot of dudes, like their answer would be no.
No, it's crazy because like
seriously, they think that's loyalty.
Say if my boy said like, "Hey, this nigga fucked my wife and I killed him."
Or even if they didn't say it like that, but if they came to you like, yo, dog, I really messed up, blah, 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 and they're like remorseful. A lot of dudes would not tell.
But you understand that this...
You have time to turn yourself in before I turn yourself in.
But this prominence I
wish more people had that mentality.
This full-fledged definition of consent is kind of fairly recent. So you also have to think that every rape isn't like I strong-armed the pussy rape.
Oh, yeah.
It's more like I was fucked up, she was fucked up, I thought she was with it, I hit, and she's like, nah.
Even if they were sober, she was 15.
That too.
For sure.
But that too, but I mean, if everybody in the party didn't know that, you know what I'm saying? That might be a little bit different, but not to justify it all. But I mean, like, as of late, you get more of that. Did you get consent? Did she verbally say, yes, I would like that?
I sympathize with that, too.
You didn't get a lot of that 17 years ago.
I sympathize with the time. Before you go real quick, I sympathize with that time because 17 years ago, it was way different than it is today.
Oh, absolutely.
In the early 90s, it was way different than it is today. Things were more socially accepted. So I don't think a lot of times men
17 years ago was 2001.
And it wasn't the same.
No.
It wasn't the same.
Not even close.
Now, of course, I'm speaking generally here. Not with the 15-year-old.
It wasn't as different as like the early 90s,
because
though.
But it's still a lot different from today. And this Me Too movement like put to light a lot of men are just now discovering what full-blown consent is.
Not men, people.
People, period.
It seems like people just don't know.
Because at the same time, you might be aware, but a lot of people weren't aware. But look, a lot of times, I just sympathize with men in the times, and I was about to make a point, but I quickly forgot it. But you want to say something?
This is what I'm going to say. You can go next. I apologize. I didn't mean to cut you off. With that, like, you got to know the law. Like, we're black, we're males. Like, you not knowing the law is not an excuse anymore. Because, like, honestly, in the state of Maryland, I'm not using none of y'all motherfuckers. A woman, you know what I'm saying? If she's drunk, she can't give consent if she's drunk.
Yeah, because she's incapacitated.
Like, and
honestly, common sense. Though.
I know, but we agree because
why? Like, if it matters if that was 1800 or not, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
no, and we agree because this.
I mean, granted, everybody doesn't say yes, please. Like, let's have sex now. Like, it's not robotic like that.
Right.
But,
why would you even want to have?
You can tell, like, if somebody's out of their minds, like, you know, they don't know what's going on.
Yeah. But see, the problem is them niggas be drunk too, so they be thinking it's okay. But I'll tell you like this: it is definitely indicative of the times because. I would say like this. It was so commonplace.
Hold on, SAT word.
Indicative. Yeah. It was an indication of the times.
I was about to say it means.
Because it's an indication of the times because I'll tell you like this. It was prevalent enough to where my high school principal had to put it out there that no niggas over this age are coming to this prom.
Right.
So that's how commonplace it was for these teenage girls to have adult boyfriends to where it's like, all y'all 20-year-old boyfriends, they're not invited.
But the dudes still knew they were
it didn't make it, not to justify it, but it was prevalent enough for her to feel like she had to make that announcement. Yeah. It's often enough that you're seeing this, so you have to feel like, hey, look, 21-year-old boyfriends, you're not invited to our fucking
grown men were always pulling up to my school.
Pulling up to school to pick up their teenage girlfriends.
So one thing
pulling up to us.
For sure. Yeah. One thing that a lot of people fail to acknowledge, and I'm not saying this is right, but we still have people living, our great-grandparents that are still living were married at 16 to a 25-year-old.
Oh, absolutely.
So, and that was socially acceptable because technically, and I'm not excusing no pervs out there because you're fucked up. You have to know the law and you have to use your discretion of common sense. When you menstruate as a woman, when you get your period, that's the universe letting you know that you can reproduce now.
That's disgusting.
But that's just what it is.
And a lot of men just said, okay, she's a woman now.
Right, but and you give off what are those things called? Pheromones.
Fuck that.
People fail to acknowledge these things because from a biological standpoint. So that's why I don't think that if a girl looks kind of grown and she's 16, if a grown man be like, she look good or whatever, I don't think that he's a total disgusting pig. Unless he finds out that she's 16, then it's like, okay, my common sense is kicking in.
If she has an adult female body, he's looking at her like a woman, like a grown woman.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
But once they find out, they're oblivious.
That should draw the line.
I've done that to some high school boys for real.
And I don't think it's nasty because with men have to be open and honest about their emotions. I've seen a girl underage. I'm like, fuck no.
Yeah, once you tell,
I can tell something in you. Once you know, it's like you know what I'm saying. Like you really feel gross, but everybody doesn't have that.
But why don't society acknowledge that is a thing? Like I said, there are still people living today that they got together. Nobody's saying
most of our grandparents,
that was fucked up.
I'm gonna be 100 though. Like you go on social media, especially, don't let it be prom season, and you see all these pictures, and I'm like, how often do you see the comparison? Me in 7th grade, these bitches nowadays in 7th grade.
No, these
bitches look 25.
It's a different.
They be having full beats, ass length, fucking weaves. They be fat as a dog because all these hormones in this food got these bitches stacked.
No comment on that.
Like no shade, but that's just realistic.
I ID everybody
to the point where you pretty much have to because you see these girls on social media and niggas will be going smack and then find out these girls are 15, 16. So you like, oh. But some of them be like, still, what's up?
Delete
somebody like you with common sense, as soon as you find that out, it's just like, zip, no, that's over with.
Yeah. The woman in my job be like, oh, damn, you this age? I thought you was 18. I'm like, nah, baby.
Right, everybody's not going to Black China. Everybody's not going to Black China the situation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Black China, wow. She's super wild.
She's super wild. And
that's crazy.
Yeah, but I need that bag, so I would secure it if I had to. Because I'm trying to protect my family like Terry Crews is doing. I'm trying
now, what Black China doing is not illegal. It's
just gross. It's really gross.
No, because we defended Terry Crews and how he handled his.
What is your defense against? What is your opposing view?
You feel like he should have beat that dude's ass.
Oh, no, he just super wild for letting a nigga juggle his nuts. Yeah, he's super wild for that.
I mean, did you not hear his thing when he said in court though, or you didn't care?
No, I definitely
did.
He
just still feels like he should have beat his ass.
Don't say nothing more.
Brittany, he didn't give a damn.
He didn't care.
I saw it in his eyes. He didn't care.
All I hear is.
Okay, I'm mad that you said all I hear is
silence. All I hear is
a ball juggling motion
because,
that was
I have
super gay.
Spidey sense.
Okay.
I don't know what that meant, but I'm gonna let it flow. Let's go to the next topic.
So now we have Yatta with Yatta. She's going to bring us the new entertainment tea that we can translate into real life lessons or whatever. But yeah, it's not just tea, but it's, I guess, with honey.
It got a little honey in it. It got a little sugar.
Yes.
You know so milk. It's a little
Yatta,
milk in that tea.
please let them know what's going on.
Okay, so with my Yatta for this week, first of all, let's just say congratulations to Offset and Cardi. They had their baby girl on the 10th. Yay.
Yes, I'm happy for them.
Culture.
Yeah, with a K.
With a K. Can we?
Ku Klux Klan.
Culture. I be feeling like sometimes, saying it's just people have a baby and yay, and then they name it and you're like, yeah, you probably should have had a baby. No shit. I don't feel like some people just don't, aren't ready to handle the responsibility
Believe in it.
Naming
but
child.
That's some celebrity shit though.
But it is though. You got apples and packs.
Regular kids got fucked up names.
What's the wildest name y'all know of somebody that y'all
What's that nigga?
Bonquisha.
Plaxico.
Is that a celebrity baby?
He's a basketball player.
No, he's a football player. He shot himself. He played for the Pittsburgh Steelers. He shot himself, and then he did.
You know how wild you got to look at as a baby for your mother to look at you and be like, I think I'll call him Plaxico. That's a gas station.
Somebody should have told you at the baby shower when you had it plastered up that wasn't good.
Oh, right. That's a mouthwash or a gas station. But I just feel like, I genuinely feel like, no, I saw a girl, she posted her pictures from the last 3 years, and she's been pregnant for the last 3 4th of Julys. And it was like so many fucking apostrophes in her kids' names. Like, why are you putting all those hiccups in those kids' names? Like, that's how I read it. Like, Naya. Like, and it was like, if you got like 2 fucking apostrophes in that baby first name, you don't deserve this. Stop it. Like, it's upsetting. But I mean, how did y'all feel about the name? I thought it was kind of took the Sierra route a little bit with like, you probably shouldn't name your kid after the father's rap career in any way, shape, form, or fashion, because if it ever works out, you're gonna be blown. But it's like how baby Future's name is Future, and they calling this grown ass child Juicy Man because she don't want to say Future's name no more. Like that's.
Russ still calls him Future. Sorry.
Russ a real nigga, and fuck with all these.
But I just feel like she's calling that man Juicy Man though. I feel like that's kind of.
Honestly, man, name your kids whatever the fuck you want to name them. You taking care of them. Nobody else is taking care of them.
Yeah, taking care of them, yes. But I also like feel like you should also not put them through that when they go to school.
I like the combination of those, like what is it, Culture Key something?
Culture Kiari.
Yeah, but that's her father's first name.
Together.
That kid not gonna be in school.
Yeah, her young. Yeah,
that kid gonna have a private tutor, like a nanny.
Yeah. That's Offset's real first name.
Yeah, because I had to look at his real name, because when I saw the last name, I was like, is this his last name? But I like it when you say it together.
Culture.
Like,
I mean, that guy has a flow to it, but I'm just like, Culture, that's the album's name, and I'm just like, I
get it. Just for the fact of that, Culture was their biggest album. It was like a stamp, just like Blue from Blue Ivy. The Ivy came from the 4.
Yeah.
So I mean, I get it. I mean, like she said, it's not like that child. I personally hate when people name their kids according to them being able to get a job. So I'm not all for that.
We got to change that, because they basically saying black people can't name their kids.
Black men, I agree.
That's what blows me about HR, because like you're saying, okay, we're not going to hire you because if you have the resume, you have the credentials, you have the certificates, it shouldn't matter what the fuck.
But but resumes go into a software. That name is too hard to pronounce. That motherfucker's getting rejected. I just feel like
why?
But I mean, it's
because
not
we live in a system of white supramacy and racism.
I just feel like name your kids something that they're not going to run out of.
That's why you have to change it. So if you're basically saying, oh, you have to name your child Kristen or Catherine. How does it change it if we don't go?
I'm not saying
everybody just name their kids something wild, so they can't say it no more.
See, I'm not saying
do what the fuck you want to do, because everybody else doing what the fuck.
I'm not saying do that. I'm saying name your kids something that they won't run out of paper trying to write in kindergarten.
No, I feel you.
Culture not along word.
No, I'm just not necessarily that specific. I mean, in general, like these babies go to kindergarten and they got them fat ass pencils and them little 3-line.
You know my beef with it.
Running out of
the
paper.
names don't. They do all that, and the names don't mean shit. That's what I
like.
Now,
Yeah,
if you have
a
ethnic name with a meaning, I feel like Culture has a meaning to it because of. I feel you, but I do agree that I think that Culture has like a meaning. It's a deeper meaning behind it.
For example, you think you know any white Sabraes?
No, I don't know anybody named Sabrae. Honestly,
yeah, no, seriously. So but I know you personally. Like, I would love for you working with me. I mean, we work together, but like, how about if someone said, "Oh no, Sabrae, ghetto name."
I don't feel like it's ghetto, to be honest. It's very simplistic, to be honest.
Subjective, like you said.
That's true.
But I personally don't either. Like, I would never think that. But somebody,
if I saw Sabrae, I'm like, yeah, Anacostia.
Or not even ghetto. Sometimes people.
I mean, I'm gonna know you black, but I don't feel like it's ghetto. Like,
but that's the thing is that's what they do. They try to differentiate. Yes. Okay, she's black.
It's not like I'm gonna look at your name and be like, oh, it's like it's Boquisha, Tifaneja, and Nika Kwanda.
Look, Yatta.
Names like that I don't agree with though.
See, my name is actually a Muslim name. Is Arabic and it means sign or miracle. So. No. And ayats are verses in the Quran.
And it's crazy because I know that.
My shit got meaning, just in case y'all ain't know.
It's crazy, but white people don't care
what Brittany means.
Oh, Brittany, you got a job. You're secure. First ballot. We ain't got to
put your government out there, but
yeah, I got a white name too.
So
my I used to wish I had a more like. Why still?
My last name is Irish.
Wish I had like a more
ethnic name.
A name with some oomph.
Like I named my daughter Riley, and I remember her being young, and I only named her Riley because growing up, everybody fuck my name up. Is it Sabrina? I would get Sabrina. There's no N, no nothing.
People call me Scene.
But I was tired. I just was like, I need something simple, clean cut. You can spell it. As soon as you hear it, you know what it is. But my lady was like, oh, what's your baby's name? And I said, Riley. She's like, oh, she's going to get a job. I said, well, with all due respect, ma'am, I'm not raising her just to get a job. I'm not, kind of trying to alter her everything to get a fucking job.
Someone said that to you? Like, actually said it?
Legit. I was at a car dealership.
What?
Were they clear
what was
or
her
were
demographic?
I was in Silver Spring. She was a Black American woman.
Like what age? Like middle age?
Middle age.
I knew it.
Middle age. And she was like, oh, she's going to be able to get a job with that. And I was like, well, I had to let her know. Like, I'm not trying to raise my child to be a perfect employee. Like, well, people do that, but I'm not doing that.
I knew it was a middle-aged Black woman because those are the only ones in HR.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes. Yes.
People who say stuff like that, though, like, I don't even think they mean any harm. They're just so, socially conditioned.
And that's why I had to correct her.
They feel like they're looking out, and that's the saddest part of it all. Like,
I thought you named Riley because you're so pro-Black after the Boondocks. That's why I thought you named Riley.
That's literally, honestly, that's the only name that me and Chris could agree on because his first job out of college was at a childcare center. And so you know how, like, his kids fuck up a name for you. All the cute names that I picked up, he's like, "Oh no, fuck no, we not hearing
that." Was me when we were having my daughter.
Fuck?
When we were having our daughter, me and my daughter's father. When I was pregnant, we were coming up with names. Every name I came up with, he had like a cousin or a somebody who just had a kid by that name. I was like, look, we're gonna have to start killing some of y'all fucking cousins because I'm tired. Like he was like, let's name her Kamaria, and I was like, Kano like shit. So we ended up with Journey, and I really love her name.
So can I speak on that? Because first of all, I asked for permission. I don't speak on nobody's kids.
Yeah.
Can I? So I want to talk about her name. First of all, Journey's a beautiful name. You got a beautiful daughter.
Yes,
but you do. But you did alter the spelling of it.
Yeah. E-E? No, it's just an I.
Cute.
So do you think that hurts? Like, did you think like, okay?
No, I just thought it was less letters for her to write. To be honest, it wasn't like it wasn't any mystification behind it. Honestly, I was just like, I cut this EY off, make it an I. Bam, kindergarten gonna be a breeze. So but her middle name is Giselle. Like, you know what I'm saying? We didn't do a whole lot with it, but it was finally something that we could agree on that 30 people in his family.
That's dope.
That's dope as fuck.
Yo, imagine like you talking to a shorty, like, hey, who you talk to?
Journey Giselle.
Oh,
she loves her middle name though. Sometimes she goes by her middle name. Like she got her middle name on her cheer jacket.
Did my parents even try?
She thinks what was your middle name? What's your middle name?
I like Lynn.
Brittany Lynn.
That goes together.
It does.
You sound like Britney Spears' little sister.
Yeah, she's Jamie Lynn. So you're like a hybrid of the two.
First of all.
Hit me, baby, one more time.
Oh, baby.
Act like she wasn't cracking back in the day.
Okay,
next
we're
story.
Gonna get off on this.
Next story.
So I don't know if y'all heard about what happened with Azealia Banks on Wildn Out.
I did not.
She wilded out about Wildn Out. So on her Instagram, basically she says, and I quote, I did Wildn Out today. There were tons of pre-planned colorist jokes, and of course, Crybaby cried, some meaning herself. Some little scrawny black Atlanta twink was prepared for me. They planned this, hit me on short notice, told me I didn't have to participate in the coon-ass freestyle battles, not my style, and I was to sing my song and go home. I show up and some guy who's darker than me starts calling me ugly and being colorist, and then all of a sudden a choir of the most disgustingly basic local cattle call, urban, pseudo-comedic, fat because you sit in a chair all day, greasy soul food induced south of the Mason-Dixon, self-hatred ass, backwards, post-Jim Crow, post-traumatic slave disorder, true self-esteemless, ward of the state clowns with their low-scale and highly unimpressive resumes start going off about how the beautiful Azealia Banks looks. I never felt so much hate and rage for anyone else than I did in that moment.
So explain to us what happened on the show, because it looks like she did the Wildn Out thing, the little freestyle, but just on
basically
Instagram.
Felt that they had pre-planned it to be colorist and to attack her and to call her ugly. They had plotted against her. Instead of bringing her on like they bring on any of their other guests and they have fun with it or whatever, she felt like it was very targeted to her and that they were literally insulting her and not making it like a fun and
she pretty much feels that way about everybody that's walking this earth.
Absolutely.
But the thing about that though is like I feel I don't use the word feel bad. Like, I feel like sometimes it's like the boy who cried wolf. You know what I'm saying? Like, some instances may be extra. Like, she might be, like, really exaggerating them. But, like, this might actually be a time where it's like, dang, this was wrong. But because people are so sick of hearing her They just don't care.
I can agree with that.
She's been right before.
Yeah, but she's also been
triggered.
wrong.
She's been
but
wrong.
Like people, and she's so dramatic. Like she's so passionate, and like her insults and like everything is always so like
over the top. Like you see how long and drawn out that was?
But she has pre-calculated IG captions and responses to other black people as well. Now that you're on, you know, the end of it, now it's like issue. What the fuck you think you want to go on Wildn Out for?
I mean, but would you like it? Everyone gets. I wouldn't like that either.
I'm a Friday ass. I'm a Spark Day ass.
I wouldn't do it.
I don't feel like it was she's always triggered though, to be honest. And I feel like I don't feel like it's targeted. They do colorist shit on you get on that show, they're gonna fry you for being black, fat, ugly, whatever. They're gonna light your ass up.
Did you see the clip? I'm trying to find the clip now.
Who the fuck
did you see the clip? Because
I don't know.
Who watches Wildn Out?
I think they just filmed. I don't think they
it was
just
sold out when it was here.
They go at Nick Cannon every fucking episode.
I don't think it's aired yet. I think they just filmed it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't think the clip is aired yet.
He's the only one who's still hurt and surprised when they say that.
We'll address this on Instagram when the clip comes out, but I tried to find the clip, but there's no clip. That's what you heard.
Yeah, I think they just recorded it.
Said about subjective. Like Wale said, don't know what Erykah Badu said. I'm sensitive about my shit. So maybe it's not about race, but like if you do poetry and someone attacks your craft that you spent all shit, you might feel sensitive about that.
But you also don't go on a show like
colorism and like views about my art are two different things as well.
But you don't go on a show like Wildn Out and expect that it's Wildn Out. We all know how this show goes. When you get in them freestyle battles, they will fire your ass up. Anybody can get it. That's the thing. Yeah. Anybody that they bring on the show when they're battling, they're gonna talk shit about you. They're gonna make fun of your song.
Low blows too.
Wait, how many Mariah's jabs are they gonna take at Nick Cannon?
They talk about people being black.
I mean, honestly,
that's the
they be Johnny.
Michael Blackson, they talk about him.
I mean, his name, he does that to himself. He wants y'all to, he welcomes it.
The general consensus,
Michael Blackson.
They John on you though. They John on you like shit.
I know that. Like they go in on you like.
I think he does that to take the power away from
he kind of himself.
But like everybody shouldn't have to do that. I feel like the expectation, say, hey, I'm fat, blah blah blah, just because I know y'all about to call me fat.
But the expectation of going on a show like that, an improv show like that, is you should know what you're getting yourself into. You're going on an improv show where they're notorious for talking shit. You should know that, and maybe you should desensitize yourself. I think she's triggered by everything. She takes everything as an attack. Sometimes it is, but on Wildn Out, I would have came with my chopper loaded, ready to light their ass up.
But if they were coming out like freestyling with it, that's one thing. But like if it's how she said, and like they had a list of like, yo, we about to talk about how black and ugly she is.
But I see, my thing is, without the clip though, we have no context because they could have freestyled it, and she might feel like it's pre-scripted, but the reality is we know Azealia Banks is coming on. I'm already formulating what I can say.
Yeah, that's why I said if that's how it was.
Let me speak I feel like I should speak one time as a dark
skinned woman.
I'm the blackest one on the show.
Did I just hurt your feelings, Sabrae? Or did I make a statement that clearly you're the blackest one on the show?
Clearly, I'm the blackest one on the show, and I take that as an advantage.
Skin though, let's get into the skin. She has the most flawless skin I've ever seen.
Thank you, y'all. I appreciate it. You have great skin as well.
Thank you.
So y'all not going to extend the compliments to the left side of the room?
Of course, y'all have.
I wasn't really talking about. I was talking about me.
We can't see it.
It ended right here. I was like,
they haters
looking at the camera.
Brittany, your skin is very radiant, Sean. You're like 80% beard. I don't know what kind of skin.
Nah, that's why I keep
this. The skin I can see is good. The skin I can see is good.
80%.
That's why niggas keep beards, because when I cut this shit off, oatmeal cream pie.
A face that's really 80% beard. It would be.
Right.
All the way up.
This shit gonna look like Bitter Road.
So as a dark skinned woman, and I'm black, I feel like I'm blacker than most people. Like I'm not just darker than everybody here. I'm darker than like. I feel like I'm a dark on like the dark
73% of the people
of the spectrum of black, and I look at that as an advantage. I love my skin tone. However, I did not always, because everybody, like I said, I was always the darkest. From family to people in school, it was always looked at as a slight, just like nappy hair. So you had to grow into knowing it wasn't until I knew my history that I knew that it was an advantage. Right. Okay, so when it comes to Azealia Banks, like you said, we have to see the context of the videos to see where that is. However, I'm pretty sure if when we get to the level of being invited to Wildn Out, I'm pretty sure my skin tone is going to come up. But it's about the context that you bring it up. Or you're black as an object rather than you're a black, ugly, girl because you're black, because you're dark skinned. That's different context. Like, it's just different. But if you compare me to, like, something that's black, I mean, that's funny. I don't look at it just like some people are pale in orange, in pink, in red, that of their light skin tones that make them look a little cheesy or whatever, or red because you can't stand to be out in the sun. That's fucked up. Like, I feel bad for people who have to go out there. They have to put a layer of protection over their skin because the sun is
they're fucking vampires. Fuck them. Like, this world is too sensitive now. Like, being a Hall of Fame first ballot Joner. If you're ugly, I'm going to
fire your ass.
No, it's a self-proclaimed, like, you know what I'm saying? Yes. No, but
these stripes was earned like shit.
When you look at the ranks, I'm like 17th all time. You know what I'm saying? There's a picture of me.
I'm 16.
Yo, when you're joning, you have to base on people's insecurities.
Too many questions. Brady, you asking too many questions.
Okay, so look, yes, so you basing on people's insecurities.
I mean, I know that sounds crazy.
That's what you do.
That's
how you do it.
That's how you
Sometimes.
No, all the time.
There's a thin. No. Oh, my bad. I heard what you said.
No, you got hit where it hurts. Like, yo, like, oh shit, like I'm joning on you. Like, I know you when you're a kid. I know you don't have finances. I know you don't have a job. But guess what? I don't give a fuck. You got those stupid ass fucking shoes on. I'm gonna go smack at your shoes. Wait a minute though,
because I was low key a bully in elementary school, but like I had limitations. Like if I knew a kid,
that's why you're not on the list.
If I knew their family did, but like no, but that just makes me more like creative too, because it's like okay, I can't talk about your busted shoes because I know your mom just lost her job, so I'm not gonna do that. So instead. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a flip.
No, I don't know.
How often did we know that niggas' moms lost their jobs?
No, hold on.
But
can I ask you, if you were Joan on them, did you like them or were they, like, did you know them on a personal level? Because it's different.
I mean, we all knew. We were all in the same class all day.
No, but I'm saying, because if I don't like you, I don't give a fuck if your mom lost her job.
No,
my mom still has her job.
Like, I remember one time I said something really mean to this girl, and I liked her, but, like, she just made me really mad. And, like, I just felt like that's when I told myself, you know what, like, there's gotta be
boundaries.
A line. I
didn't get my conscience till adulthood.
Do y'all think that the lines cross of something that you can change versus something that you cannot change, like your height or your skin tone?
No,
all of that.
Those are the best places to hit.
I'm talking. I said that stuff is fine.
Shit, you have no control over because you have to sit there and take it.
Appearance is fine. Like that's. I mean, that's what's in front of you.
Women do it all the time. Small dick motherfucker. Like a nigga like say, oh, you want a 2-inch dick.
You could get a zit pump.
But like if a kid is like sick and you know they're sick.
Get a zit
pump. You know what I'm saying?
No kids. No kids involved. No.
I'm talking about when we're kids.
Oh, no.
Oh,
kids involved when you're kids.
Adults. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you know somebody has like alopecia. You know what I'm saying? You talking about like a bald-headed bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like
I would have because I didn't know what the fuck alopecia was.
I agree. I was about to say that. I didn't know what an alopecia was in elementary or middle or high school.
So I agree with you.
Oh yeah,
now I wouldn't. I wouldn't touch that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like there should be some type of boundary. I mean, it doesn't have to be like a long list, but something.
As you become an adult too, you become more sympathetic to someone who may have lost their job or somebody who has alopecia or something. No, seriously, you become more sympathetic.
Lotion looking motherfucker. No, seriously. I'm just saying, if you in the field, it's different because like you can't be dishing it out and you can't take it and then expect me to have some type of boundaries because like you don't know what affects other people.
In the field.
It's like okay.
In the act,
like if I know I have certain stuff that I don't want people to address and I'm joning. When I'm on the back of the school bus,
you're gonna be quiet.
I'm gonna shut the fuck up. Yeah. So as soon as you jump in there. It's like it's fair fucking game.
No, I feel you.
You know what I'm saying?
If you're jumping in and not pick on somebody who's like quiet.
I'm not going on an improv show expecting motherfuckers to play with me lightly. That's all I'm saying. Like I feel like if this was just a regular industry setting, yes, but you're going on Wildn Out. This is a show that's notorious for these things.
Also depends on who was saying the joke. Because if they got the little skinny white dude or the white girl saying those jokes too,
that's true.
Oh yeah.
But I feel like it's a free. But the way she said it, but she said somebody who was blacker than her. So it's obviously one of the. I just feel like you went on an improv show, girl. Anybody can get it.
And then you have to understand some men. There was a rapper recently, and I don't really remember his name because he's irrelevant. But he said that he didn't want to have any dark skinned children that was as dark as him. He was a dark.
Kodak Black. You talking about Kodak Black?
No, it was
it was another. It was a random. Like he was.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So, I mean, you have people with that insecurity, but like you said, there are nuances to this situation. You're at a show that you know what they're about. Like, it's not like this is a brand new show.
I always wanted to use the word nuances. Really? I got to bring that in my repertoire.
You should.
That's what word that's really easy.
So you're going to use repertoire because you can use nuances?
Yeah,
you gotta be
nuances.
Did I use it right, though? Yeah. All right, bet. Yeah. Like, I can't spell it.
How about if you name your child that, hey, yeah, go ahead, nuance, drop that 30 on him.
No, we're not gonna do it. Okay, so I think the general consensus is fuck that bitch. So now, okay. So
nobody, look, Beyonce made it. Look at her fucking name.
Well, see, her name also has a little bit of meaning off the strength that it was.
What? It's a Southeast adjective?
No, it was her mother's. Beyonce was her mother's maiden name. So they kind of just tweaked it a little bit.
It's a ghetto fucking name. It got an apostrophe in it.
I'm just like, that's an accent.
I never thought about it like that.
Okay, either way, we're going to move on.
She was destined for greatness, but yes.
Fantasia.
No pun intended, Destiny's Child.
Yes.
Yeah, yes. Notice it was child and not children.
All of them had Latavia.
Notice it was Destiny's Child and not Destiny's Children.
Yes.
They knew what it was. Destiny's Child.
All right.
Anyway.
Next one.
So I saw, if you guys saw in the media that they said Kylie Jenner is worth like $900 million and blah, blah, blah. And then it was reported, and there was a certain term that was used to describe her that put Twitter in a fucking frenzy, and the term was self-made. And people, I had a huge debate at work about that shit because I was just like, I don't feel like anybody who was born into millions and instant celebrity status is self-made. Like, the path is pretty much pre-paved. And they're like, but she still had to come up with the ideas and work. I said, how do you even know that happened? I feel like if you have a name because of who you're born into and you have millions, I come to you and say, hey, let's start a makeup line. And it's an instant brand. And you don't have to work for it. But the question I was asked was, who do you think it's harder for like brand building or company starting for someone who doesn't have money and is hungry, or someone who was born into money and has no incentive to grind or be hungry?
That's a no-brainer.
You said who's it harder for?
Who's it harder for?
It's absolutely someone who doesn't have money.
You still have to get the resources.
Because not only do the Kardashians and Jenners have money, they have an endless amount of connections. Yes. They know people that do everything on a high level. Unlimited resources.
Multiple
That's
people
key.
Who do everything.
So it doesn't even take much effort for you to start a company. You're just like, hey, here's a company.
But I do want her to have her credit because number one, she owns 100% of her company. I'm pretty sure that it's much easier for her to just link up with somebody who's already doing it and then put her face on it and make a percentage off of it. But she's not doing that. She does on it. So I will say that she deserves her props and her credit. However, I think that Fortune magazine put self-made to get a rise out of people, to get attention. Because we know damn well she's not self-made. If it wasn't for Kim's sex tape, we don't know where they'll be.
One thing about that family, I hate to say it, them some smart motherfuckers.
I agree.
Her mom, because they don't have any boundaries.
She might be self-made because I know they always had money, but they ain't had the type of money.
She's not self-made either.
But she don't have no boundaries though. So for her, I'm not above. She's not above exploiting her daughter's.
This is what I was saying about Callie, right?
She's exploited them all.
None of her other sisters are worth that amount.
That's true. So I'm not going to take that.
She made some right decisions where they didn't.
It started when she got her face done.
Every generation gets better.
They all don't want that. You know what I'm saying? Like, Courtney doesn't desire. Like, if I was looking at her snap,
she my favorite because I know if I cheat on her, she going to stay, and she's still going to have a baby.
She's gone now.
Chloe.
Okay.
She's gone.
Scott. I'm about to say all of them.
Scott is out of the picture though. She got a whole nother nigga.
Brittany,
it took her 14 years.
Okay, Brittany, go ahead. Finish your thought. Finish your thought, Brittany.
What was I saying? Because you were saying, like, the rest, clearly she did something right because the rest of them aren't worth that much. All of them aren't, like, they don't have the desire to be that famous or, like, you know what I mean? Like, have that kind of notoriety. Cool. Like, if you look at Courtney, like, she likes to be, like, low-key. You know what I'm saying? Kendall, like, she does her modeling stuff, but, like, she be chilling, too. You know what I'm saying? Riding her horses, blah, blah, blah. I read this article where she was just, like, you know, like, how much she missed, like, being in nature and riding horses and blah, blah, blah. And, like, when she doesn't have to be out, like, she doesn't want to be. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Kim and Kylie are the two who, like, actually...
You don't think Chloe?
They're not going to say enjoy, but, like, actually, like, thrive off of, like, that.
I don't think that Chloe thrives off of it as much as them two do. Like, I feel like they just geek to be in this...
She's third.
Like,
in the order, you know what I'm saying? In the order of that.
In the rankings.
Because, I mean, you see how Kim moves. Every time Beyonce does something, she posts a nude. So there's like, you know, nothing in black culture could ever exist without her posting a nude on the same day. Like, she's just geeking for attention. But I feel like Kylie is like a Kim Jr. She is. I feel like she just groomed her for that. For smartest thing she did was get her face done, because prior to that, I'm sorry, the makeup line went window. But she exploited the insecurities of white women, and that's smart. Don't get me wrong. It's like, hey, I'm going to go get collagen in my lips, and then I'm going to sell you a lip kit and make you feel like your lips can look like my lips. But I'm not knocking her accolades at all, but self-made, I gotta draw the line there.
Self-made is the wrong word, but I can say there are probably plenty of rich kids or celebrity kids who haven't took advantage of that.
They just need another word. They just need another word.
I think people are mistaking, like when people are getting mad about the word, I think people are taking it as people are thinking or saying, oh, she didn't work for it. Nobody's saying that.
We're just saying you didn't do it by yourself.
That's not the right word.
Self-made just sounds cool because no one is self-made.
But it's inaccurate.
Can you believe someone started a GoFundMe for her?
Even if
I
you're
get
poor,
that everybody got an opportunity, but like what they're saying is like basically like started from the mud, like built your way.
Yeah, see, I compared it
to like self-made.
Who the fuck wants to start from the mud? Because
isn't that the goal?
Isn't that the goal? Nobody wants to.
I know, but I'm saying is I just get mad that people. Once again, I hate this family. Are mad at her for using the resources that she had.
They're not mad.
Yeah,
hold on.
You're not mad.
There are some people that are mad.
If you're born into money, you're supposed to use what you have to get what you want.
Yeah. But I know how much I'd be worth if
the comparison was between her and like somebody brought up like, well, I'm not calling her self-made. You call somebody like Rihanna self-made. Said Rihanna came here with a coconut and a dream, and that was really hilarious to me. But at the same time, though, it's people out here who don't know that Riri had 2 albums before Good Girl Gone Bad.
True.
Weirdly enough, some people who don't know that wasn't her first album when she was with Jay and all them.
She was Rock Nation made. She was given the opportunity.
But they had to see something.
That was on some City with a Sun. Like it was Sun on the
fucking. But after you finish that point, I wanted to say something.
She still had to, even though, don't get me wrong, because rock having a solid brand like that behind you is definitely fucking beneficial to your career, but she had to get the notice from them to even get that.
Yes.
So it's like you had to bring something to the table for them to even feel like, oh, you know what, I see something in you, we can grow you into blah blah blah. But even still,
body.
She's fucking hot. She you know what I'm saying? All the brands that she's created when she got to a certain status, but she earned her status and put in her work. She wasn't born into celebrity. She wasn't born with millions of dollars at her disposal. Right. So it's a little bit different, you know what I'm saying? Versus that, but I'm not gonna knock you for using your resources, but you ain't self-made. Like
her dad was a millionaire Olympian. My bad.
Right. Yeah, her dad.
Her Shim
her mom dad.
First of all, we're not gonna do that here. We're not gonna do that.
I mean, what the
her
fuck?
Shim dad.
Excuse me, Mrs.
Dad. For that.
Excuse me, Mrs. Dad.
Transgender.
That shit, you can't.
And then why would you do
gender?
That's still her. She still calls.
Excuse me, Aunt Daddy.
So whatever. Yeah,
but no, but first of all, people speak. You just brought up Rihanna. Rihanna doesn't own 100% of Fenty. Just for people to know, because so that you're not comparing. Well, shoot, Kylie did that, but we got Fenty.
But that's normally what happens when you don't. When you didn't fully like. I mean, some of these people who start businesses have to get their resources from elsewhere. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think Rihanna cares. I think Rihanna's just like, fuck it.
I'm saying that for the people who are misinformed, who think that because she's the face of it, that that's hers, like Kylie's is. But to kind of end this off, I will say that Kylie, she used her resources. Yes, she's doing. Kim, I think they said is worth $300 million. She's worth generously $900 million. Every generation, and this is a lesson to all of us. Every generation, right, is supposed to be better than the last. So I wouldn't compare Kylie to Kim because Kylie's in the next generation, and she's supposed to do better than Kim. And that's what you do. You build up until you get the next people who's going to take the torch and go even further than that. But for the people that are complaining, because there are a lot of black naturalista women who are talking about, or activists, quote unquote internet activists, that are saying, that are complaining, like, she made this money off black culture. If she made that money off black culture, that's our fucking fault. Yeah. And I will not 100%, because there is such thing as white privilege and white supremacy. However, a lot of the qualities that she's exploiting is some of the qualities that we try to not use.
Well, no, she flat out stole too. Like, she flat out stole from black women. Like, literally, I've watched small black businesses, clothing businesses, who are like, building a name for themselves. Yeah. Oh my God, Kylie just bought an outfit from my website, and then 2 months later, you have the same shit on your website. Sale.
But guess what though? That's business. No, whether she's white or black, but that's business. It is business. And instead of complaining about it, we need to learn how to compete. Point blank, period. It's no way that we should let a white girl earn more off of our culture than us. We have to take some responsibility for that. Simple and plain. We do. We doing all of this stuff to contour our lips, make our lips smaller, and all of that stuff.
That part, yes. But I mean, as far as flat out, like, you're building your own small business of, like, your clothing designs, and a celebrity patronizes your business and then steals your designs. That's flat. That's not
then
your fault.
Sue.
She is suing. But I'm just mean that's just flat out bullshit. Like, you steal our culture, appropriate our culture, and steal small business designs and capitalize off it. You kind of need your ass with.
She stole from an artist from that drip.
And then put out them raggedy ass, fucking cheap ass makeup brushes that she was charging $360 for.
You know the drip design that she puts on it? It's like the color dripping. She stole that from an artist that sued or whatever. But that is business, and that's just what it is. You take something, you take a name, you take a image, you take this.
Start glassing these bitches.
You taught her to do that though.
Huh?
So who do you think taught her to do that, though? You know
whoever's advised her mother and whoever else advises her in that department.
Advised her to do all of that.
Man,
start
glassing.
I'm just Jenner.
Her mother. Start glassing these.
Were you
bitches.
joking? Were you serious?
Please punch her.
No. Would you like serious? Because I know sometimes you be joking. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
I think he might have been. Oh, honey.
Is that it for Yatta with Yatta?
The last thing was them Claremont twins.
Oh, okay, go ahead. We're gonna briefly go over that.
The
so
Claremont twins, well, one of them out here going to jail. She going to jail, son.
It's only a couple things that people don't know about this story that
I wouldn't be surprised if charges came up about this man's death. To be honest, that's very, very coincidental. Like, okay, so you made a prostitution date,
but if you're smart as a smart prosecutor, you would.
Man, so you went to a prostitution date with a guy that you met, and you're texting him.
Is it a date when it's a?
Yes.
It's still
to call it a date.
Oh yeah, because you pay for it.
You dating daddy? That's what they say. Yeah. So basically, she pretty much the man texted her like, "What you want to do?" And she like, "I want to see the amount we agreed upon. It was $400." Oh,
why would you sell your pussy?
Hold on, wait. I'm hoping
$400 is a lot of money.
No,
anyway, for a bitch who been on TV and model for Yeezy season 6
show or something. Like, it's no way that was for sex, right?
It was like $400 an hour.
She has a prostitution. She has an escort
Yeah, she has like a whole email that has XXX something.
Like, she's got to be charging more than that for like the full.
We'd like to think so. But
no, $400 is a lot.
No,
that's what make it seem like she killed that man.
So this is what everybody say. So do y'all know rates of other women that charge more? So people say like there's nothing like.
This is not a regular dude though. This dude is like as a business owner, he had like a nice penthouse.
And
like,
this is not just your bitch from the
some kind of clout, quote unquote. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
she should have
this nigga probably can't even get it up. He probably be in there 1 minute like $400
in retail, and you charging $400
exactly
for your body.
Exactly.
Like, are we kidding?
Needless to say.
Okay, go ahead.
But this is. I'm not one to tell women what to do with their bodies.
Needless to say, the cameras show her. They said she walked in his spot around 5:30. She left around 9. They found him dead from an overdose the next day. But PM. Okay. So they found her.
He was trying to use that Spanish fly to get it up.
Over the next few months, after his death, his debit card information was getting ran up. She had wired herself money. She ran about $17,000 in retail. She paid her rent, her phone bill. So I feel like, okay, you pay bills in your name, so you might as well just go walk to jail. Just go to jail.
When did this happen?
January.
Wow.
And then January, they found him dead February 1st.
Like a long time ago that caught up.
So why? So this happened a minute ago.
January.
They linked January 31st. His body was found February 1st.
Why is this just news?
Because she was running the coin up over months, and they were investigating, and they're like, hold up, and his family probably started seeing all this. He's dead. It's not like he about to dispute the charges. Yeah. Like, so start seeing all this money run up on him. Obviously, he had to have some bread because it was a debit card. It wasn't a credit card.
You know, one of the wildest things that I noticed about this situation, other than the fact that her any charge was for $400, was the fact that she spent $17,000. It was $20,000 altogether in retail, $1,000 on rent, and I think $600 on a flight.
Section 8.
I don't know, but that's what I'm saying. Priorities.
But the priorities, $7,000.
Because they live for clout. They always on social media bragging about
every month. It meant good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I just want women out here. I would just
don't get you clout.
Real quick out here. I just want a lot of women to know that when you're scrolling on Instagram and you're on Facebook or Twitter or whatever, and you see some people living a life, you think that they're living better than you. Just know that not everybody is.
They be scamming. 10 times out of 9, they're scammers.
And don't feel bad about yourself because you're getting it the hard way. You're working.
Perfect time for them.
Sabrae, I feel what Sabrae's doing. Basically, they're fucking old white men and don't feel like
you never know what kind of blood is on their hands to get that lifestyle.
Of course he was.
Yes.
Probably, yes.
Yeah, I knew that. I knew what's wild, I can hear the story and I know.
The wildest part of the whole story was that, okay, so she got out on $100,000 bond and her sister goes to get her and they're walking out and they're holding hands and she's covering her face like her sister don't got the same fucking face. Right? She got the same face. What you covering your face for? We can see your face on her. We know it's y'all.
Their expressions are different.
We know it's y'all.
Ladies,
the fuck?
Like Sabrae said, everybody, is living like a normal life. Don't think people are living better than you, especially women that are going out on vacations and not posting the men that they're with because, it's still tricking if you got it.
Those men are married.
What about you, Brittany?
Saw that on your IG.
What about you, Brittany? Did you have anything to close on this?
I did, but I forgot.
Okay. It's okay. I understand how it gets. I know. So for this segment, we are going to...
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
I remember
go ahead.
I was going to, because you said, do we know other rates? There was an episode of Criminal Minds. This is going to be really quick. And there was...
CSI or Criminal Minds? Is that what LL Cool J and the nigga who played Robin?
You asking way too many questions.
It was the one with Shamar Moore.
Yeah.
He was on that one. And Matthew Gray Cooper and all of them. Anyway.
He's only did 2 things, Criminal Minds and Young and the
That's
Restless.
all he needed, for real. Anyway, so...
Are you saying that because you like him
physically? First of all, let her finish. But she forget again.
Right. 12 seasons gives you...
fucking hate his ass.
So listen. So there was an escort on there. She was like a professional escort. You know what I mean? Like prostitute, high-end prostitutes. She would charge over $1,000 for consultations.
What's a consultation?
To sit and decide if y'all are a good match.
Oh, fuck no.
See what I'm saying? And they would be like 30 minutes or less.
Damn,
over
$1,000.
And that's what I'm saying. Like when you're talking about 400 is...
Everybody would get to know.
No,
I don't think this is going to work.
The most you can get is the Cajun chicken pasta from Fridays. I'm not paying more.
You know how many consultations I would do?
Yes, I would definitely.
Listen, everybody would get to know. No, this ain't going to work.
Right.
Didn't they say it's niggas out here that pay for like pictures of y'all feet?
It's niggas out here who pay for premium snaps. I don't put nothing past nobody. And it's a whole free XXX videos.
I heard
and Pornhub is free as fuck. And there's Google. You can just Google naked shit. Niggas are paying bitches to see them naked on Snap.
Why do men, ladies, why do y'all think men pay for...
They pay for the discretion.
Okay. Because I'm saying, and it's not all old white guys. It's some guys that are like attractive guys who have money. Like
they're lame.
They want it cheap, but they don't want it to ever come back. And they know a prostitute, they're not gonna tell.
And they also
pay for you to leave. That's what they say.
Yeah, they're paying you to leave. They're not paying for the sex.
I just wanted to hear y'all. I mean, I'm a man. So
they also be lame too, though.
There's also a girl who sells her underwear. She has a business.
I heard
what type of oranges and new black as shit is this?
Your used underwear, like leave all the discharge and everything in there. Like some men pay for like period blood underwear, like seriously, and like hundreds of dollars.
Oh no!
Seriously. Think about weird.
Okay.
They're paying for like sexual
who have that thing though.
Then somebody post like some
a customer base.
Someone posted a screenshot of some DMs where the dude was basically like, he told the girl something about like he wanted her to like be musty or something when he like smashed or something.
Ew.
And one dude was like, just send me some videos of you eating spaghetti, like.
Huh?
Like I'm gonna pay you like $340 to watch you eat spaghetti. Like just eat regular. Don't be cute.
These, like,
just eat regular.
People have different like fetishes.
I need to get in that.
Right, I love spaghetti. I love spaghetti man at? Tell that nigga call me, dog.
I need some women that want to pay for like pictures of men with like crooked shape ups. Like ooh.
That was low.
Keep playing with your barbers, son.
Yeah, you keep playing.
Your motherfucking shit gonna be looking like the Omega sign.
Oh man. Them
you
niggas
look like a Q dog.
Why them niggas gotta every picture gotta let us know? Go ahead, Sabrae. I'm sorry.
Don't come for
guys. Please don't. Okay, so for this next segment,
I walked through their little line. Go ahead.
For this segment, we have questions.
Get your gold boots to the throat like shit.
dumbass boots and shit.
No, you talking about? See, I don't know much about
them niggas be kicking high as shit. You gotta get the fuck out of the way. A Q dog will boot you in the back of your neck. It's over for you. CTE.
Shout out to them.
CTE.
Shout out to them.
They are
Shout out to all the.
Like
it's a requirement.
Shout out to them.
Stretch.
Yeah.
I ain't with that. You got spanked. I don't respect people who got spanked by other men. But no, I'm just joking. It's a joke.
No,
little joke.
You're not joking.
I'm joking.
This is no disclaimers podcast.
Yeah, fuck it then.
Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. I disclaimed like 2 or 3 times this weekend. I'm so sorry, dog. I went against the grain.
Next segment, we have questions, relationship questions, life questions from you, from our viewers. Make sure you keep sending them. Send them in our DMs, either one of us. We're going to leave our social media. And we are going to pick questions that we have from you on, like I said, life, relationship, whatever. Y'all go ahead and do the honors since you have the jar.
I didn't plan this.
It's okay.
I have fat hands, so if I get trapped, just get the Crisco.
That's what Joe said.
I thought you said you had fat hands.
Just get the Crisco.
No, he said I had fat fingers.
Oh, okay.
I mean, isn't that kind of like...
Shout out to Joe Budden in the Joe Budden podcast.
This part.
Then he said,
he
said he didn't mean it.
Yeah. In this, he did say he didn't mean it. But look, this is how many we have. I bought a really big jar, so I'm gonna need y'all to submit a lot more questions. Anything you want to ask, within reason, we'll answer it. What does it say?
The question is, how late can someone show up for a date? The answer is early or just don't show up. It's like, no.
So,
like without contact or just in general? Like,
just in general.
It depends on how fine you are.
No, it depends on a lot of things, I feel like.
Yeah.
Okay, Sean, start it off and we'll go down.
Yo, I had a date at like Top Golf and she showed up like 45 minutes late, but she was fine as a motherfucker. Like,
you went on a
she
date
was a piece of like, yeah, because this is what Top Golf is. I always like Top Golf because like
we ain't asked you all that.
No, I want.
No, you like Top Golf because
hashtag ad.
So you know, like on the 18th hole, when you hit the ball in the hole, it takes it, right?
No, I don't know because I've never been a fucking Top Golf.
Me either. We should know.
Okay, so look, we're gonna go on
a group
team
trip.
building.
Team building.
Okay,
team
so
building.
on the 17th hole, I always take the balls, right? So this is look. So the jump in Alexandria, right? Yeah, Terry Crews it. So anyway,
team building because I want to.
Now you can come.
Yeah, you
all right. So I take 2, right, and I keep them in my car. So you can really like you have to pay for the golf balls, but you don't gotta pay for the golf ball. So you can walk right past like because they got like a seating area. So whole time like I'll tell the girl like, hey, just sit in the car and see if it's crowded, right? But whole time I'm like, oh yeah, it's cool. Yes. So then she comes in and I didn't pay for it. So then we just go straight
on the first date.
So you just be bringing in old balls.
Yeah.
That's A.
You want a smart man, right? You want a smart man, right?
My nigga.
So
I would be down for that. Go ahead. Okay.
So she took like 45 minutes. It's because she was so fine. I was so pissed, but when she got there, it's like, all right, you're here now. So I guess
it was me.
It's different. It's different for women though because women, I honestly, and I'm not trying to get no points with women. Like I'm not no Steve Harvey nigga. Men should wait on y'all. Women don't wait on men. I tell my little cousins this all the time. Like y'all not saying y'all, but y'all have to be more strict with these niggas. Y'all can't let niggas play with you because the first time, the second time, he's gonna be like, oh, she's sweet for it. Like, and I know the game is to be sold, not told, but I'm just keeping it a buck. Yeah. A man can wait on a woman, you know what I'm saying? As long as you're not like super like crazy late, you know what I mean? Like, fuck it.
You don't come out still looking ugly.
If I'm spending money on you, it's apparently that I like you. You know what I'm saying? Because if not, we just fucking. But I don't have no money. I'm broke.
That's not true. Ladies and gentlemen, that is not true. But go ahead.
I'm broke. So, no, because you're right, because you make a good point, because men with expendable money, like scammers, dope dealers, this and that, they don't give a fuck. They like the company of women.
He's literally speaking personally. Like
they like the
money on you.
They like the company of women. So it's like, when they can spend, like, because they at the clubs, $1,000, which it means nothing to me. All my dollars are accounted for. So if I'm spending money on you, I'm fucking with you.
Right,
so you know
like
what I'm saying?
So, Brittany, get that Corona, please. Bottle. Brittany, go ahead. What do you think? How late? That was the question. How late can someone be on a date?
Yeah, how late? Yeah, can someone be on a date?
I feel like if you're the one who like initiated the date, you shouldn't be late at all. I feel like if you're the one who was asked to come out, I feel like anything over like 25 minutes is just disrespectful, male or female.
Oh, you generous.
Yeah, what about you, Yatta?
Motherfucking grace period. You got a 10-minute grace period. 10 minutes. But my thing, I feel like at that point you should be reaching out.
Yeah,
I'm speaking more of a.
It's traffic.
You haven't
I'm sorry.
showed up yet.
If you're gonna be 5 minutes late, I feel like you should reach out.
Yeah, if you're gonna be late at all, say something.
But 5 minutes is a grace period, so you shouldn't have to reach out till 6 minutes.
Because 5 minutes they could still be walking into.
Yeah, that's true. Especially
or looking for parking.
Depending on the parking, you know what I'm saying. But if we have one of the restaurants that got a whole ass lot, there's no excuse. But if we're in the city somewhere, I get it. You might have had to find somewhere to park. I get that. But I feel like if 10 minutes have gone by and you haven't reached out to me, that's fucked up. Because time is money, sweetheart. I think check, darling.
I definitely think that it depends on the situation. You know, as long as communication is there, I'm open to certain leeway. You know, depending on where we're at.
Even if they're lying, I'm looking for parking, but I'm really just taking the exit.
I don't. You don't know.
As long as you're giving me some sort of ETA, like if you're giving me an ETA, yes, but an hour late, you come up there. I got a husband already. See what you did?
Right, and it depends on where you're going. Are you in DC trying to find parking, or are you at the movies, or are you going to somewhere where there's ample parking, or hey, I got off work late? That should be communicated, though.
And also, it depends on what kind of date. Because if it's like an interactive date where like you have like an instructor or somebody else's time who's also being wasted, no, like if y'all are doing like a paint night or like a gun range or something, and it's like somebody else's time is also
right. Like, we have a reservation for something,
like
especially if you've paid for it.
Yeah,
right. So it's a little bit different.
Like dinner is kind of different because you can order a drink or something and just tell the server like just come back in a little bit, but like certain stuff can't.
Yeah, I agree with that too.
So ladies, would you guys give a guy if he fucked up the first date? Would you guys give him a second date?
Yeah, one more time.
How many times do you get to fuck up?
Probably once. I mean,
you don't get any.
I would give
someone. Well, if you went out with a date, I would think that.
No, I would say this: when I meet a guy, typically I'm looking to link up within the first 7 days. I don't want to waste a whole lot of time.
Yeah.
Like, we're talking and we're conversing. I feel like we need to go ahead and just link so we can see how the vibe is, because I don't want to put a whole bunch of niggas get in public and be socially awkward as fuck. I don't want to be like, oh, this conversation is cool. We've been talking for 6 weeks. We go out on a date. You're a retard. No, thank you. 6 weeks. No, thank you. 7 days.
I feel like the second if you fuck up on the first day, depending on how it is, if the line of communication was strong, you would let me know 10 minutes away, 5 minutes away, got caught in some traffic, got home late, something like that. Right. Then that's, I'll give you another chance. But no communication.
Right. Don't tell me, oh, my bad, I got off from work late, and then I go on your Instagram and you was at a day party.
Right. Yeah, nah. Fuck that.
Or you show up and you got a white crust stain on the front of your shirt.
Also, like if somebody was late to it, somewhere where they knew it started and they were like at like a brunch or something.
You can't like not show up at a
certain
time and not call.
The difference being
Sabrae, somebody was at brunch, but they knew every week.
You mean like how when somebody showed up to a studio for a show and then they said that they was running behind and then you went on Instagram and they was at a day party.
Oh. Is this personal?
Motherfucker, yes it is.
You see, why you bringing up old shit? First of all, that was out of my control because I was not the motorist.
So they're talking about when Yatta was late, that one episode.
And then when Sean was late. I was late because I wasn't the motorist, for one. The server took 40 minutes to bring us a check, and then I still had to get back to my car.
But the line of communication was open.
Yeah, I've reached out. I let y'all know.
You didn't just not show up until the middle.
Right. And the weird thing about it is that the line of communication was open, yet somehow someone was still in my chair.
But even with the line of communication, it's kind of like with the honesty thing. Just because you're honest doesn't mean people want to be like receptive to it. I could be like, hey, yeah.
He knew I was on my way, and he still let somebody sit in my seat.
I ain't mean to take it there.
See?
But
let's talk about you. You was late last week.
I'm late every week. I'm consistent.
No, but you was late.
I'm consistent.
But now
like, I gotta get the boys. You go online. This nigga at Red Rocks.
But look, now he knows.
You that's my spot.
Now he knows that the communication has to be there.
Yeah,
because we understand life happens, family happens, fun happens. You could have lost track of time, but the communication has to be there.
It's more about fun with me.
Be considerate enough of my time to say, hey, I'm running a little bit behind. And sometimes somebody might be like, if it's looking real bad, maybe it was an accident and it really held you up. You're like, look, did you want to reschedule? I'm really sorry. Like, however you want to do this.
That's my favorite go-to is the accident on the beltway.
Because I'm going to check the I'm going to check the traffic report. You got me fucked up. You what interstate are you on?
Right.
They just didn't report it yet.
Right.
I just zoomed in via satellite. Everything is moving.
Right.
I got a flat tire. Track that.
Send me your location.
Right.
Drop a pin.
One more thing.
Yes.
Because you said, I feel like your phrasing was key. Like you said, how many times does somebody have to like F up? And I feel like when somebody does something and communicates, that's not necessarily considered an F up to me. You know what I mean? So it's like a real like.
I love your censorship.
Me too.
A real like F up is something that I feel like is inexcusable. You get like me using that phrase. Period. It's not like I was late or like something. It's like something completely
right. Like you fell asleep, you overslept. No, like unless you're a truck driver,
set an alarm.
Right. Or like we're out eating, like you call the waitress like out of her name or like something. You know what I'm saying? Like, stuff like that.
But that's why you gotta have kids, because like kids is always like a go-to excuse. Oh shit, man. Fucking son's sick.
But
that's not gonna happen every time.
You gotta send that SOS text out like, "Hey, text me real quick. Blow my phone up."
My son has a weak immune system. It
First of all, don't speak that on your son.
I'm not wishing it.
Yeah, but just the thought to become things.
You can't wish. You can't wish on stuff.
So I'm saying, when I say wish,
I know you got the magician robe. You got the Doctor Strange robe.
I'm talking about the law.
You got the magic cloak on.
You know what? I'm talking about the law of attraction. I said attraction.
He called that shit a cloak, though.
Fuck you, Sean. Fuck you.
This is and
you know what? This is a cover your booty shirt because I have.
You sitting down.
A lot of booty.
Okay. But you here? Was I sitting down the whole time? You here? And I'm looking quite snatched this week.
Definitely got that.
I don't appreciate like girls with big butts who are modest.
Thank you.
No, I'm not, because you know you got a big ass.
For those of us who don't, and then y'all just walking around here just
fat and switching, just fat and distracted.
Yes, and that's how it be.
No,
it is
that type of.
It's pressure.
Someone asked me that, like, why you be wearing long shirts or why you tie shirts around your waist? Be like, because y'all niggas are fucking creeps, and sometimes you just don't want to be exploited. Sometimes
I don't think Sean is the creep. I do it out of respect. You know what I'm saying? Like in leggings, I ain't gonna front. Like my shit is
down. That motherfucker be sitting like a high chair.
I know it's no comment, but
Chris,
I know.
No comment always, Chris. No
I'm
comment.
I'm commenting like a motherfucker, Chris. There's no disrespect, but that joint is fight.
That's why I like going out with y'all motherfuckers. Like I hate niggas blow the fuck. I don't like going out with women especially y'all, because stop asking me. Sabrae's fucking engaged. Y'all is engaged. Now Brittany's engaged. Everybody engaged.
Last week I was gay. Now no. Last week I was gay. Now I'm engaged. That's what you tell people.
Hey, no, but that's the answer they're gonna get. Stop asking me. They don't want y'all.
Yeah. We don't want y'all, but I'm not gay. We just don't want y'all.
You are gay. The Ellen DeGeneres kind.
What?
He really would tell niggas that.
Because I don't have time for that.
I respect it though. I understand.
I tell niggas I'm not hooking y'all up. Like I'll put somebody who's interested in one of my single female friends, like in the atmosphere, so they can do work themselves.
Yeah.
I'm not hooking them up because he might be a good friend to me, but that don't mean he's a good partner.
True.
You know what I mean? So fuck all that. You ain't gonna be coming back with like, how I feel like you said he was a good dude.
You hooked me up with a fuck boy.
Yeah. So for the last part of the show is the new segment called Now You Know. And I just wanted to bring up the fact that the Emmett Till case, even though if you don't know, Emmett Till was a young boy, I think he was 14 years old, who was brutalized because a white woman said that he whistled at her. And this was during the time where there was Jim Crow. Like, you can literally be lynched for something like that. He was a black boy, and you could be lynched for something like that. There was a lot of blatant white supremacist racism, and Jim Crow was just no joke. He was brutalized to the point where you could not even recognize his face. He was just disfigured. It was horrible. I mean, stuff like that still somewhat happens today.
Insisted on his casket being open.
Right, he had an open casket. You can look it up. I'm pretty sure most people know about the Emmett Till situation.
African American museum too. It's a whole.
We have to go there.
I just went there like the other day.
It's hard to.
We have to go there.
It's very hard to.
It's like room dedicated to that.
We have to.
Like the real coffin.
We have to be reminded.
I haven't been. Though. It's very hard. That type of thing is very hard to stomach. That you will leave upset with white people.
And if you don't understand it, you will be blind to know. If you don't understand it when Tamir Rice happens, when Michael Brown happens, you won't understand. So it's good to know your history and as far as things of that nature. You know, young underage kids that just because someone says something or because you think something that can happen, and it still happens today, just in a different way. So the woman who accused him admitted recently, I think it was last year or 2 years.
I thought she's dead. There's been a debate about
real quick.
I heard she was dead.
She's dead.
Well, she made a deathbed confession that he blah blah blah.
Yeah, she said that she lied about that. She lied about that. He was beaten to death.
That's why I don't believe in karma, because the bitch lived to be like 98.
That doesn't mean that karma didn't get her.
At the end.
How did it get her?
You don't know what people have tormented thoughts, number one.
Karma doesn't work the same way you put it out. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I don't believe in it, so it doesn't matter how it works.
Might be rough.
Afterlife, you don't feel
karma is just a word for the universe. Whatever you put out, you're gonna get back. That's just a word for karma. Karma is just a word for that.
But that's the thing is, the rain falls on the just and the unjust, so it doesn't matter. You're going to get it regardless.
Well, there are things
fire rain falls on those who are like who do things like that.
Yeah, and you never, just because she lived, that could have been more of her punishment. You just never know.
Yeah, I mean, it's subjective. Whatever you want to spin it to make it seem
sometimes cool, the karma isn't on you; it's on somebody you love, and that
that's true.
You know what I'm saying?
So, but it won't affect me if I'm dead and it falls my kids.
That, though.
But it
no, you can't do nothing.
If you're still alive and something happens. I'm not gonna even say that.
Yes, but
it's a good point.
Saying,
no, I agree. It's just not something that I honestly don't
verbalize
believe.
Because it's like
you never want to verbalize. But yes, you're right. It can happen to someone that you love, which and ultimately it happens to you.
So
basically,
you can't control anything because it could be something that your cousin did. It could be something that your parents did. So if bad stuff, it's something that you have no control over.
And you do have control.
You can't have control over, because if something that your parents did and it falls on you, how do you have control over that?
Because I get what you're saying.
Yeah, but you put good energy. Okay, so my philosophy is that the energy that you put out, now something that my mother did to somebody or my father did to somebody can very well, it could be happening now. You know, we all go through things. You know, nobody just goes and slides through life with nothing bad happening to them. So who knows?
Exactly.
It could have already happened to me. My father lost his life at 22. You never know. He could have done something to somebody which caused him to lose his life, which in turn affected me negatively. So you never know. I might have gotten that like that, but you still put positive energy out there so that positivity comes back. You know, and now some things is out of your control, but some things are in your control.
Yeah, I'm not going to. I definitely try to be positive. I don't try to be petty, and I definitely do feel. You know, like you can attract good energy. So I always like to give positive energy. But this is why I hate the word karma, because people have different definitions for it. It's not one general. People be like, oh, they lost their job. Oh yeah, because that bitch owed me money. That's why she lost her job. I'd be like, oh, okay, that's karma.
Some people just have to you know what I'm saying, help themselves sleep at night.
Exactly.
Really poorly the other day, and it actually pissed me off.
And I'm not talking about your mom, but when other people do it,
it was a joke, because I said the same thing to her too. I was just like.
Yeah, but
karma is just not working in your favor every fucking time.
Right. Sometimes stuff just happens because stuff just happens. You know, things are going to happen in life. But I want to say the woman is still living. She confessed.
I don't see any death reports from her. It's looking like she's still alive.
She should go to fucking jail for lying. The case is being reopened, and I know it's not going to do much because Emmett Till is dead. However. And his mom, but it shows it to me. It's gonna bring back the history of that situation, and a lesson will be learned.
Like what? No, that shit ain't gonna do shit.
A lesson will be
They reopening this case that fucking was like.
What are they reopening it to do? Convict somebody?
Yeah, what's the point of reopening it?
Because she just came out in recent years saying that she lied about it.
86.
No, I understand.
They locked up Bill Cosby, so fuck it.
Bill Cosby not locked up. He in a fucking house.
He's going to jail later on this year.
He's never going.
He's not going to fucking jail.
Only time
they locked up OJ.
Bars in his basement is what they're going to do.
Yo, when you commit a crime, they're sending you to the fucking feds. You got 2 weeks. He's not going to no fucking jail.
No, I think he is. He has his date set for later on.
So why he not in?
What did his publicist say? He's in his own personal hell. Remember when they? Sorry.
Why he not in the feds yet?
I didn't, but
I could. He out on bond, and they were like, he's in his own.
He already been convicted.
Hell right now. He's being punished.
He out on post conviction.
I agree that he probably already suffered a lot. However, he does what he did. It's true. He should go to jail, regardless if he's going through hell or not. You go to jail too.
I don't think he's going through hell at all. I think it makes us feel better that he's going through his own personal hell. He probably like he good.
Send Shorty around. You ain't got to lock her up. Just send Shorty around. Bury phone for the night. And
he got that conviction. He said, "Y'all niggas sweet. I got away with this shit 50 years ago. I'm good. I'm about to die next week anyway."
So what exactly did she say? Like I didn't hear about that. Like I thought it was gonna be open, but I didn't even read the article.
She released a memoir last year, and she pretty much recanted her statements about him because her story changed so much, which is wild.
Memoir or
memoir?
She dropped a book, like a memoir book, and she pretty much addressed it. I think it was called like The Blood of Emmett Till or something like that, and she addressed it, and she pretty much said that her story changed throughout the trial.
It was a lie.
Yeah, basically was saying that first she said that he verbally assaulted her, then she said that he grabbed her and stuff, then it was he touched my hand, and then she goes back and said he didn't do any of those things, and basically nothing that he did do justifies what happened to him. Sweetie, he's been dead for how long?
But it's 65 years or something? For all that time.
Bitch, where was your conscience 60 some odd years ago when you fucking lied and got him killed?
Exactly.
She was trying to spread that generational wealth. Let me get some money for this fucking book so I can give to my fucking people. Your conscience after 70 fucking years.
Needs to spread your fucking skull because that's trifling.
Yeah.
You know they wrapped him like to a fan.
They what?
That shit,
sorry.
Man. That shit
they what?
Me, man.
I'll tell you that.
No, I mean I'm not saying that to you. That shit, it just.
It's just so very graphic. It's so very graphic.
Like strapped him to like
he
a
was
fan,
a boy.
Like put him in the waters like he was sink.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like the big circle fans
like they completely mutilated that child, and then he's a child. He was 14 years old.
Right.
Like that's despicable. But and then
for
it's
whistling, and that was for whistling.
Right. And then for you to
you
come
knew it was
out,
a lie because they don't have no ass. He was a whistler.
Right?
What the fuck he was whistling?
That's what it said. He whistling at a white woman.
But I'm saying he didn't even technically do that, right?
He didn't do anything.
No, he said he didn't do any of
she said he didn't do
any of those things that she initially said that he did. But it's like, who the fuck cares about your confession 60 some odd years after he's dead, bitch? That means nothing.
With my Uncle Mike. Never mind. I'm not about to get into that.
So, and that's the crazy thing is because
don't try to clear your conscience with ours.
No, it's like it's like the whole LaShawn McCoy thing. I know women out here like get
the guy who the pictures of the woman that surfaced online being
said that he
football
beat her.
player.
Her face was beat real bad in the football player.
Yeah, I heard it on the Michael Basin show, but I didn't look at that.
Okay, shout out to Michael Basin. Yeah,
I always feel half and half on it because these niggas are sick. These niggas are crazy, but also. These women do lie.
They be having CTE
so it's like
shit.
I can't villainize somebody or just say like as soon as something comes up like yo. This nigga did it.
I understand that we need proof because some of these photos don't be real. Like it be Photoshop pictures floating around. We've been seeing the same children get killed overseas for years now. And they don't even really be dead.
Well, you've been seeing Rihanna with double D. I'm like, damn, her titties is that big?
Well,
oh no, that's Photoshop.
She did for this, but the LaShawn McCoy thing, her 911 call did come out. I think that she was beaten. I don't know. We don't know who did it or who sent it. Now it does look fishy that he was the one who sent it because of the specific things that the robbers were asking for.
I think that he sent somebody to get the stuff and them niggas went rogue with
it. Initially, her friend said he beat her up.
Yeah.
Well, the 911 call,
she wouldn't co-sign that allegation.
But but she didn't co-sign that when the 911 call. She said that she thinks it was sent by her ex-husband or whatever.
Personally, I don't think that my thing is you won. You won you won. She's getting out. You won. She was getting evicted. Like you won. He didn't.
Well, the jury. He asked for the jury. You know, people rent jury.
Yeah, I know. But I mean, as far as her getting out, so I don't feel like he had any incentive to get her fucked up. Really, if you want to go get the stuff, get the stuff. I feel like he sent somebody to get that shit and niggas went rogue with it.
Well, we'll see how that's
going. You always got that loose cannon in the squad.
This stuff was just like the ploy and the real thing.
Yeah.
I feel like he didn't have an incentive to whip her ass, to be honest. I just look at it
I don't know enough of
a lot of niggas have that one loose cannon in the mob that decides, man, I'm going to take it upon myself. Sure. Boom, boom, boom. And it's like, nigga.
We're not supposed to kill him, but I wanted
to.
Yeah.
We'll see how that story develops because I don't want to speak too much on it just because she could be a real victim. He could be a dirtbag or not. So I don't want to be too
one-sided. I just thought it was awkward that, you know, you said he abused the kid, he abused the dog. No one had problems with that, but now that you got hit, it's, oh my God.
You gotta keep that same energy.
Come on, dog. If he beat the dog and the kidney failure, I think we should go ahead and break up. I don't even want your Michael Myers ass around me.
Well, have you seen the new trailer for Halloween?
Yes, I can't wait to see it.
Man, they need to leave that shit alone. Jamie Lee Curtis,
I'm
107.
Every time.
Stop.
I think they made her look older on this. Her hair not that great.
Well, she's supposed to be older, but I like it because, you know, John Carpenter only did the first one, and then he sold it. So all that H2O resurrection shit, he has it back. All that shit never happened. He's picking up where his storyline would have picked up at.
But he's 92.
Yeah. Now, fuck that. That shit gonna be lit.
Well, go see that. I gotta go see that trailer. But the Emmett Till situation being is now being reopened. So we'll see how that is. And that was your segment for Now You Know.
If you know,
yes,
you know.
Because if you didn't know,
now you know.
Then now you know. All right. Well, thank you so much, Brittany. Thank you so much for coming again.
Yes,
thank you.
Always a pleasure.
Yes, thank you so much for coming back. And this has been What's Things Podcast.
Yes, like, subscribe, tell your friends. Don't be stingy.
Tell your enemies too. Fuck them.
Yeah. I mean, if you guys happen to talk or whatever.